I started working for Diddy when he was doing a producer camp. What made me stand out is I could play multiple instruments without my hands, right? I remember one time he asked if I could play the snare drum, like drumline. I said, yeah. So he brought out the snare drum. I said, well, where's the sticks? He said, you don't need sticks, Daddy. Use the one God gave you. And I thought that was kind of weird, but I knew this was my one shot to change my life, move my family out the hood. So I unzipped my jeans, I put my hands up, and I started banging the snare drum. And he said, I like that, Daddy. I like when you scrambling and scraping the snare like that. Next thing I know, I was out of here. Flights, beaches, women. Puff flew me to his house in Miami. And now we're working on new music. He told me I was gonna be a star. He told me he was gonna buy me a house right next door to his and that we would have matching Lamborghinis and matching poodles. I don't even like dogs, but I figured, hey, this is my shot to make it big, so why not, right? He said his Lambo would say his and my Lambo would say hers. I asked, well, why does mine say hers? He said because it stands for his ever-ready servant. I thought that was a little weird, but I said cool, because my kids need a new teeth, you know what I'm saying? One night, I'm in the studio going through sounds, right? And Diddy and his son and another dude walk into the bathroom. Next thing I know, I hear a bomb go off. Boom! I'm tripping. I'm like, damn, is this one of the sounds in the keyboard? Do I got the Funk Flex drum kit? You know what I'm saying? I know I ain't just hear a bomb go off in the bathroom. Next thing I know, Diddy and his son walk out like nothing happened. I go in the bathroom, and whoever the other dude was, his limbs is all over the place. Like his leg is in the toilet, his torso is in the shower. I'm like, yo, we gotta call an ambulance. This shit is bugged out, right? So the ambulance get there. They said, we can't put him back together until the police arrive. I get a call from Puff saying, yo, tell them he blew up outside of the studio and we brought his pieces back in. So when the reporter came, they asked what happened. We told them something different. They said, well, if he blew up outside, why is there fire and explosion damage inside the bathroom? I said, I don't know. He must have blew up twice. You know what I'm saying? And then they left. One time we was in the studio recording at his house, right? And I was trying to help him with his bars, but he was a terrible rapper. Like his cadences, his delivery, he had no flow. He wouldn't let me give him any direction. Yo, don't never tell me how to do my shit. If I'm not hot, y'all not hot. I'm scorching, burning over here. Take that. I got full-blown herpes simplex 10 over here. Y'all just working with diagonorrhea. You supposed to help me make the record, but don't tell me how to make it better. And stop fucking clapping. If you're gonna clap, do it with no hands, Daddy. I like that. So next thing I know, he said the only way he could finish the records is if he had girls around. So he gave me the bad boy hat and told us, yo, go to the club, round up some girls, bring them back to the house. Later on that night, it's me, him, few homies, and like 50 chicks, just all naked, oiled up, just doing all types of freaky stuff, right? It was a wild lifestyle, man. I mean, it was cool at first, but it would be times where I would wake up the next morning and it'd be women in the bed. And then sometimes I would wake up in the morning and Puff would be in the bed. And I would be confused because whenever I woke up with Puff in the bed, my body would feel sore and I wouldn't never know why. It's like I had gas real bad. And when I went to fart, it sounded like, there was a lot of drinking and smoking. I could say we was definitely drugged, but I stayed around because I figured when the money started coming in, I would make enough to pay for my grandma's surgery. My grandma needed a body replacement, not even a hip replacement, like the entire body needed to be replaced. It was a brand new surgery they never tried before. They was gonna, reattach her head to a new body, and it cost like $18 billion. And even though she was 122, I wanted to keep her around for as long as possible. So I didn't say anything. But Diddy, he's a master manipulator. he would send these weird voice memos. You know, I love you, Daddy. Having you around and the music you make, it makes me hard to forget about your talent. It's like he would insinuate little cryptic stuff in his messages, you know what I'm saying? Everything I do for you is because I want us to smash, hit records together. You know what I'm saying, Daddy? One time he sent a memo that was just crazy. You know, I like your smile. I like the way you talk. I even like your butt. Turd colored Timberlands you be wearing. I was uncomfortable, but I didn't say anything because when you dealing with a powerful person like Puff Daddy, anything could happen, right? And eventually the lawsuit started coming in and I felt like, yo, like now I got to say something. I can't stay quiet no more because the album that came out, he's making millions of dollars. He owes me millions of dollars and he never paid me. So, you know, one too many sore moments in the morning waking up, I figured it's time for me to retaliate. So I had to take it to court. And that's when he started sending me these voice memos back to back to back, like a scorned female. I ain't never got nothing like this before. Yo, I'm getting crazy vibes from you. I told you I'm gonna take care of you, but I can't do nothing today because, you know, I'm flying to Vegas. But when I get back, I got you. Yo, love, why am I hearing some wild stuff about you saying I owe you? You know I'm always keeping 100 with you. I can't help you out right now, but once I get back from Prague, I'm gonna get you straight. Seems like you need to be straight. Yeah, take that, take that. I wonder what he meant by that. Man, I don't know what's going on with you sending me into a frenzy. I could take things the wrong way. I don't want to have to go left with this shit. You feel me, Daddy? I'm out of town right now, but when I get back from Uranus, me and you can sit down and talk about Uranus. The final straw was when my daughter was sick and she needed 2 new middle fingers, right? And out of all the money I made Puff, the only thing he offered me, the only thing that I was ever actually offered was 29,000 bottles of baby oil. And I still ain't get that to this day. My daughter's hands ashy as hell. You got a business, you got a brand, you got music. Nobody knows you exist and you need exposure. DM me or email me right now, bookingcranklucas@gmail.com to get the exposure that you need, and I will share your content on my platform. I got 850,000 subscribers on YouTube. I got 450,000 followers on Instagram. I have the audience that you need to get your content in front of. And right now, I'm running the holiday special, so you can get all this exposure for the low. Hit me up right now. I got you.